like our Mandarin program is amazing because when I first entered the school in year 1, I didn't know the first thing about Mandarin. And I was afraid to talk because I was afraid I'd get it wrong. But teachers, especially Miss Ching Ching, encouraged me to talk and they helped me learn. So now in year 5 and year 6, I've been Master of Ceremonies for our Mandarin Assembly, which has over 1,000 people. And I've made a speech and won first prize.
That's really good. Yeah, Gokul, and I remember being at the Mandarin Assembly so proud of you, and you were stood up on that stage so confidently, speaking really fluently. And you know, Mrs. Tomlinson really tries with her Mandarin, but it's not great, is it? You kids laugh at me when I do my Mandarin speech because I don't get it as good as you guys. But I was so proud of the way that you confidently did, because you're one of our students who start with us in year 1 with no Mandarin at all. And Miss Ching Ching, who's our head of Mandarin at the moment, talks about you with such pride because you've put such effort into it, that she's helped you so well. So yeah, it made me really proud seeing you up there as well.
Yes, I think for my husband and I, it's probably the best decision we've made for Junman's education. Actually, earlier on, like one of the other moms shared, I think the system for the Chinese school is not so suitable for Junman. But being very, traditional Chinese, we felt we should put him through some Chinese education. So it has been a bit of an uphill battle for us throughout his years in Chinese school. And I think the thing that we felt moved us, to really make a decision to change his education system was the fact that we felt that he was losing interest in studying. Because I think that Chinese language was a big challenge for him. Some people are just not, so geared towards certain things, and I think that was a challenge for Junman. So we felt that it was sort of like affecting his learning and receiving, information and stuff like that, and his growth. So when we moved him over, we had a lot of concerns, but he's such a changed boy today. He's confident. And he has made friends in the school. It took some time to break into the school system when people have formed their groups. But the children were great. They accepted him, and teachers played a very important role, I think, in assimilating him into the system of the school. And I was really proud of him. I think after the first term, or within the first term, where he was the representative for their group, in a science assembly, I was totally shocked because I've never heard him speak publicly before. In the Chinese school, he was never given a chance. Unless you were excellent in something, you would get to stand on the stage in a Chinese school. But, in SKIS, he had a chance to be himself, and I can see him growing through this 1 and almost 2 years now, and how he has really come out of his shell and become a totally different person. And he has also picked up new skills and all. And he also sang in the talent time in school, which is something that I never thought he would do because nobody in our family sings. And just the fact that he can get on the stage to sing, I think it's something to commend, him for. And also, just on the side, I think because of the confidence that was built in him in this 1.5 years in SKIS.
International minds, that was very appealing. And I think with having a lot of expat teachers, that part was cared for in that very well. Just the different style of teaching, being exposed to other ways of learning is something that we really appreciate as parents. And yeah, like you said, at the same time, there's still very much of the Malaysian heart, not just with the languages that are offered, but I think just the whole way of how students behave, how they're interacting with each other. And as our girls were both born in Malaysia, that was a very important and still is an important part for us to have. So in a way, for us, it's a perfect mix.
I would say my final few thoughts on SKIS is that it really prepares you very well for the next step. Whether you do IB, whether you do A-levels, whether you do a foundation program, the qualities and skills that they teach you, although not explicitly, but they develop it whilst you're there. It's things like resilience, inquisitiveness, how they just encourage you to make use of your resources without spoon-feeding you the information. I feel like that just really developed my learning skills as a student, and now at university, I see how it's managed to help me. Because there's a lot of independent work that I do now, and I feel like without my support at SKIS, I would not be as confident as a student in my research abilities and all that. So it's honestly thanks to SKIS that I've managed to learn all these things.
Thank you, Rachel. Oliver?
I think that the way the teachers supported us during our examination years was really beneficial, not only academically, but also like in terms of dealing with the stress and pressure of taking our exams and like preparing for sixth form. Without it, I think I would be a lot more harried during the year instead of more focused on my examinations.
Maybe I would just say as a parent is that we tend to look at school results and all the stats, but one thing I would say that I'm very happy is the pastoral care that both my children received when they were at SKIS. I think that's something that parents must consider seriously when they decide on a school, is the quality of the pastoral care.